Welcome to the Disagreeablenerd podcast, a podcast where nerds from various ages and backgrounds get together to discuss movies, TV, books, and anything else that pops into their small, simple minds. Now sit back, relax, and let their ignorance wash over you.
And welcome to another episode of the Disagreeable Nerd. I am the titular Disagreeable Nerd, your primary host, star of the show, Gaby.
There was a lot of adjectives. Shardizzle.
And this is Deej.
Factoid, co-host, whatever.
Just Deej.
All right, so this is the Disagreeable Nerd podcast where nerds of various ages and backgrounds. Because I'm 43, Sharde and Deej are about the same age.
I'm 26. No, I'm 24. DJ's 26?
26, yeah.
So, technically, I guess you're right, never mind. Pretty close.
What, a couple years?
Yeah. It's kind of weird to, say I'm 24. I remember being 16. Never thought I'd be 24.
I remember being 12.
Most people do.
Me too. 12, 16.
What's the earliest
18.
memory you have that you can recall?
As a child? Oh, sorry, that was a dumb question.
No.
I would say 5.
What happened?
I remember.
If you care to discuss, unless it's super personal.
What would be personal?
I don't know. Maybe you got to...
You craft your way into consciousness.
I don't either.
God.
I guess. I was just going to say I have a memory of me and my brother fighting on the couch and on the floor. And my mom was cleaning the house and we were just wrestling, basically. And I remember my hair being cornrows and
You just got out of prison?
I remember just being super a boy. Oh yeah, I just got out of prison.
5 years old.
Yeah, I was just really I was ready to kill my brother. But we were just wrestling.
You don't remember what he did to irritate you to that degree?
Well, he kept throwing me on the floor, and I was losing, and I couldn't defeat him.
You hate losing. We all know that.
But my mom took a photo of us fighting, actually, and it's a Polaroid picture, and I just remember having a pink little shirt on.
Did you shake it? Shake it?
Oh my God, that one I didn't even laugh to. I'm laughing because you're looking at me.
Now you're laughing. Yeah, I got you.
I know. Anyways, what about you guys?
Hey,
what about earliest memory y'all had?
It's hard to say because memories kind of melded together back then, but I think it was 3 or 4.
3?
Yeah, because
wow.
we moved to Paris in 99, so I was 5. No, 4. I wasn't 5 yet. And I remember clearly playing with action figures and stuff in my room and driving my big wheel down the streets of Big Spring. And I had borrowed a Buzz Lightyear backpack with the wings on it.
That's hilarious.
From some kid down the street. These are all kind of, I have really no memory of which order they come in, but all around the same time.
That's so weird, how memories.
I remember, I believe, I have 2, I believe my youngest memory, I was in, we called it 4-year-olds, but I believe was what would be called pre-K. Idabel, Oklahoma.
Maybe you were 5.
Yeah, I was in 4-year-olds. No.
Weird. Weird.
I said I was in 4-year-olds. Sharde says maybe you were 5.
Okay, so Oklahoma's not too dumb.
Oh yeah, apparently rivals.
I
graduated at the tender age of 18-year-olds.
I remember my first day of school.
Insulted.
I remember my first day of school. My mama dropping me off, and I cried all freaking day until she came to pick me up.
I remember my first day of school too.
Did you also cry?
I wouldn't get on the bus. I remember this memory of me not.
You're fighting it.
I was fighting it. I was crying, fighting it.
It's so traumatic to.
Yeah.
No, it's
you're
not.
with you. You're with
DJ's.
You're with your parents.
He's an
your
ice
whole
queen.
life, and then suddenly, bam, torn from your mother.
My mom asked me if she wanted me to walk her, if she wanted her to walk me to class, and I said no. I got it.
Well, not everyone is as brave as you, Deej.
That sounds about right. But I'm way more of a
Yeah, we know.
Mama's boy than you are.
I'm
a
not
mama's
sure if
boy.
I'm a mama's
I'm just not so
boy,
sensitive to some
girl, not
things.
boy. I'm obviously not a boy, but I meant to say I'm not.
Is that obvious? Let's check out your legs.
Well, then you have to
The
judge
hairy
that
legs.
yourself. Hey. Anyways,
So like, yeah, I was up until a good healthy age, I would like crawl up into my mama's lap and just sit there. I was a
what
I was
when you
nearly a
say
grown
healthy
man.
age, explain
I
yourself.
don't know what's healthy.
I don't know.
Up until I couldn't do it no more.
Don't embarrass
Break
yourself.
your legs.
Your poor mama.
I was a heavy boy.
Her poor thighs.
But yeah, I was a big mama's boy. I didn't want to be. I never wanted to leave the house. I never wanted to go to school. I always, any chance I could call in sick on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was calling in sick.
Just like work.
Huh? What?
We see a pattern here, Paige.
Sorry. But wait, I was just going to say the difference between you and me is I wasn't really a mama's chick or baby girl, whatever.
Mhm.
I just didn't like when I
Baby
be
girl.
around
Hey, baby
people.
girl.
Like I just wanted to stay home. I didn't like get in my mom's lap and do all these things or anything like that. But
I was always gone.
I guess social anxiety, maybe as a child. What did you say, Deej?
I said I was always gone. I only lived half time at my house.
Well, okay. Well, I can understand that, but like it started early for you, maybe late for me.
Yeah.
Like maybe 8 or 7 or 8 when I finally broadened my way out. Broadened?
Yeah.
No, probably not a right.
Broaden, that's good. Yeah.
Broaden.
I was
That
either
sounds
staying
weird.
over at Mom Alice's house with Stanley, or I was at Brandon's house. Then I was at Andre's house.
I can see Deej.
Then I was at Gaby's house,
He was everywhere.
Michael's house. I was never home.
He was always somewhere doing something.
Yeah.
He was very independent, except he didn't get his driver license until he was like 20.
Well, yeah. I had people to drive me.
I know.
I wasn't
I would
20.
come get you.
Dummy.
Hey, how old were you?
18?
Okay. Couple years. Right in the middle between
I'll have to
16 and
admit,
20.
I was 17, but not too far off. I was 16 when I got my permit, actually. Then I had to wait 6 months to get my actual license.
But in Oklahoma, like 15 and a half, you could get your permit. I got my permit at 15 and a half. When you turn 16, you get your license.
I started at 16 because I did everything by myself. Literally did everything by myself. My mom didn't help me. I found online stuff. I did all the studying. I went by myself up there. Well, I had my mom take me, but she didn't know what's going on.
You ever realize how crazy it is that a 16-year-old person can operate a motor vehicle?
Yeah. That's why I decided to not go until I was 18.
I think
That's-
in,
Just to keep
I think
everybody
in a lot
safe,
of
you know?
countries, like in a lot of countries,
Oh,
you
whatever.
can. It takes a while for you to get your license. Like maybe you had to be 18 or 20. Probably not that late, but maybe 18. But here, you can get your license at 16, but married at 18. Smoking, drinking at 21.
You can smoke at 18.
You can smoke at 18 now?
Oh,
It's
wait,
been
I thought
18.
they made it.
I think they bumped that back.
Did they make it 21?
I think it's 21
Oh.
now.
I have no idea.
Well, that's a recent development. It's been 18 for a
I
long
don't
time.
know. I don't smoke, so I don't know. But I do drink, and that's 21. Even though I didn't drink at 21. I was probably like 30 before I became a heavy drinker.
A heavy alcoholic.
Meanwhile, I was drinking at like 17.
No, I
Not
didn't
heavily.
drink.
Just beer.
Not Emily.
I started off on margaritas when I was about 30. Me and Jenny were married a good while. We were living in Dallas. We'd go to these Italian restaurants and I'd get a margarita. I enjoyed a margarita, but I didn't like just start straight up drinking beer until we moved here, actually. Like when I went to stay with her brother, Lance, in Vermont.
Well, I think the earliest
He
I
turned
started.
me on to IPAs, and it's been downhill ever since.
I remember you trying to drink light beer in Clarksville before you moved here. You were like salting your beer so you could palate it. Your Bud Light or
Weird.
whatever.
That is so weird how you're changed, how you have changed with your taste.
Now I drink rubbing alcohol.
That's the only thing that works.
It's the only thing that gets me where I need to go.
I think the latest I started drinking was about 3 because, I remember drinking like beer out of my bottle, maybe Colt 45, I think. I don't know. It made the kids sleep, I think. That's why my grandma...
Yeah.
Is that a grandma thing?
I think my grandma, she just,
Not recommended. This is not an endorsement.
Disclaimer.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm sure that's illegal.
Well,
Positive
that was
it's illegal.
That was way in 2002.
Oh, way
2001. It was okay back then.
How one was raised does not make it legal, but okay.
Well, back then you thought it was normal.
I've heard that before. You say back then. That wasn't that far ago.
I mean, it was pretty far away.
I have a question. What are y'all drinking right now?
I am drinking Coors Banquet.
Coors
He is too.
If it's good enough for Johnny Lawrence, it's good enough for me.
Johnny.
Who?
Are you saying Joni?
Oh, I was saying Johnny. I thought.
Cobra Kai.
Oh, God. Y'all base your drinking habits on Cobra Kai?
Don't you say.
No, well.
No, actually, okay.
Maybe. A little bit.
So I'm drinking Coors Light.
We only started drinking this because of Cobra Kai.
I've drank Coors Light in my lifetime, but I have often told Paige, after we watched Cobra Kai, I remember my father drank straight up Coors, not Coors Light. The regular Coors is this Coors, and it's called Banquet, and that's why he calls it on Cobra Kai. So we bought some, and it's got these cute little bottles, 12-ounce bottles.
Yeah, I think Barbara Dawson drinks those.
It's good. I like it.
They're really good, actually.
This would be a light beer to me, because Coors Light's like drinking water. But
Right.
this is that's 5%, but it's fine. It's good. I
weird.
like it.
It's weird because like Gaby, when he doesn't buy these beers, which I bought these, he drinks these Still Reserves, which are
God, even worse than Coors Banquet.
gross.
That's what.
So
that's what
gross. I
true
think it's worth
alcoholics
just buying
drink.
these.
What happened
Just
to
buy
you,
these.
Gaby?
The guy that's under the fridge and he's got his drinking a sack. That's Still Reserve in that
And
sack.
a brown bag. Brown
For,
paper bag.
For 24 ounces of 8%
It's
garbage.
Like, how do you stomach it? Like, it's just like so disgusting.
Well, when you're broke, you're broke. You got to do what you got to do.
But sometimes you ain't that broke.
But
You
it's
choose
also
to be
cheap.
broke.
It's like, well, I can spend $12 and get this, a 6-pack of this, or I can spend $12 and get a 24-pack of this.
It's only 4%.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Blue Owl Teeny Hopper.
Teeny Hopper.
It is a
Is that a
sour session
sour?
IPA.
course? Interesting.
So that implies the hopping of teenies.
Teeny Hoppers.
So I was gonna say one thing I've gotten into, which I've already been into, is I bought some skates.
Wait. WHYBUTS. Okay, go.
I thought we were doing WHYBUTS.
We have to shout WHYBUTS.
It wasn't official. I have to shout it.
Well, okay.
WHYBUTS. Go.
So I've gotten into skating, which I've already been into skating, but I want to get more into skating. I bought some of these skates off this company called Impala Roller Skate. And so I've always done like the rollerblades.
Yeah, you've
And
done
I find
inline.
that roller skates are so much more, they have more of a freeness when skating. Like you can move in different kind of ways versus the rollerblades or inlines are a little bit more restricted. I've noticed that. And so I just kind of wonder, my whole life, I've never actually skated with roller skates, and it's pretty neat. And so I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm enlightened by everything. It's pretty neat. All the different ways to do tricks and skate backwards, and like the ways to, bend your knees and, have a good posture and all this. Anyways, once I get like super batty at it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna buy me some more better quality ones, which the most expensive ones I've seen are like $400.
How much were the skates you bought?
$100. And they're like a cheaper quality, like they're under the best ones.
And what's the brand?
Moxie is the
Moxie.
Moxie roller skating. They're like number one.
So it's Moxie, but the model is Impala?
Oh, no. I thought you were asking me which ones I was going to buy once I got like really good.
No, I very specifically said, what did you buy?
I got Impala roller skates. Like, it's the brand's called Impala, like the car. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Do you have 20-inch blades on those?
20-inch blades?
Yeah, she's a baller. Shot caller.
Be a baller.
Are you?
Shot caller, 20 years. Okay, anyways, yes.
Swisher roll tight.
Are you reading the lyrics?
Got sprayed by... Huh?
Because I don't know you don't.
Not.
I know you don't know the lyrics that well.
Did you hit the highway, making money the flyway on
See,
this?
I don't see. You're doing it way too well now.
You gonna stop right there, Gaby?
Yeah.
I don't think you want to finish those. So maybe it'd probably be better too if you're not skating on concrete and gravel.
So these skates are made for outdoor, indoor. So, but I understand what you're saying because
eat those wheels up.
The wheels aren't like Moxie skates. The quality isn't as high, so it might go. The wheels might quality or it might start to deteriorate faster. Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to think of words. Anyways, and like, here's a really interesting thing with roller skates. There's so many accessories for skating. Like, the toe stops, they have protection for those, and then for the toe part, they have these little they're just called toe protectors, and you can wrap them around there. So whenever you're skating, you won't mess up the front of your skate. I've already messed up mine, like the holographic part. I've already ripped it.
Basically, the brake.
No,
right?
the toe stop is the brake, but I'm not talking about the toe stop. I'm talking about the front of the skate.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's the toe stop and then the front, like just the front of the skate.
So you
can have the tip. You can have protectors for both of those so that they don't get damaged while you're skating.
Like on a car, they used to call that the bra. Like when you put it's like a bra for the front of your car to keep like bugs and rocks
it's kind of like dude, it's a bra.
So you can put like a protective cover on the front of the tip of your skate.
Yes. I like that Moxie has adjustable toe stops. Like you can adjust how far you want your toe stop, but Impala it's not like that. It's just one default. This is how low it is. So it's not adjustable. So that's why I just feel like Moxie has so many better features than Impala, but I don't know why.
I mean, of course, you start paying $300 or $400 for something, I would assume it would have better features.
Yeah, but there's so many other brands that are good too. I just know I've read really good reviews on them.
What inspired the roller skating thing?
Well, I've always liked skating, but
inline.
Yeah, inline skating.
Is it TikTok? Just be honest.
So no, it started with YouTube. No, it started with YouTube. And looking at there's this chick named Indy Jama Jones, Jones, and then Queer Girl roller skates. I watch her, and then some other chicks that I watch.
They do some dance moves, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, and then you started sharing TikToks, and then I got real inspired, and I was like, I'm gonna buy me some skates. So I did.
So you could say I'm inspirational.
I mean, no, and yes.
And a drink of her beer. All right. Well, what have I been up to? I played some Wingspan, a board game. I played about the Oceania expansion. Didn't change it up a whole lot, but I still enjoy playing it solo. It's okay. I've been playing a lot of online board games at Board Game Arena. It's very nice. You can just point and click. Yokohama, Marco Polo, several other games. Jaipur. You know Jaipur.
Oh, yeah. Now you're talking stuff I know. Yeah.
And so it's but this website is like, it could almost like kill a board game for you because it's like, board games, the part that everybody hates is setting up a board game and then taking it down. Like if I want to, okay, we played Wingspan, so let's put all this crap up, break out the new one, set it up. But Board Game Arena is just like, bam, you're just like there. It's like all set up. And like the rules are like, it won't let you do something that's illegal.
No house rules.
So you can't accidentally cheat.
Right. So Board Game Arena is very nice, but the games available are limited.
So that's what you were playing yesterday?
No, the 5-hour game?
Yes.
No, that was Tabletop Simulator. Don't get me started. That's a whole different thing. It's just like these real life simulations of board games that they scan in and you can play and blah, blah, blah. Me and Jerry have been playing a lot of Yokohama together on a Board Game Arena. Other than that, I've been watching King of Queens on Peacock. My peacock, cock, my peacock. Yeah.
Cool.
That's weird.
Let's see. I've been reading Dune still.
I'm still reading Hyperion. I'm on chapter 3.
Dune's a good 500 something pages, so I got a ways to go. But it's a good book. It's really a good book. Like for a 60s sci-fi novel, it's very modern. Like
I can't wait to read it.
The way he presents the science is like, I mean, it could have been written today. It's nothing like even Ray Bradbury, like the Martian Chronicles, like that was very 60-ish in how it felt, like super clean and innocent. Not that the Dune is dark or anything, but I don't know, just the way he writes, he's more of a world builder. Like he's creating these worlds that I really like in Dune, and the language and stuff is really good.
Are you getting close to being done with it?
No. I'm about
what chapter?
I'm about a fifth of the way in. I'm right at about 130 pages into a 400 to 500 page book. I don't know. Somewhere there.
See my book. I'm halfway in. Like I am on chapter 3, but it's 6 chapters, right? So I'm on like page 200 or something like that. And it's so funny. I'm taking over now, but you're talking about Dune, so I start thinking about Hyperion. I went online and found this wiki fandom website that, you know how I was telling you about SparkNotes, and if you don't understand the characters and stuff, or what thing, trying to figure out what they're describing. So I found something on wiki fandom that describes like everything in Hyperion. I was like enlightened. Like, for example, ousters are apparently like evolved type of robot, but humans, alien, or not alien, but almost kind of like Battlestar Galactica with the
Cylons.
The Cylons, but how they become human.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but the way they describe it and show the photos, they look still like robots.
Is there a Caprica 6? I'm in.
It's so weird. It's just like Battlestar Galactica, like with the ousters. It kind of reminds me of that. Like
well, they probably, I'm sure that they borrowed from that. I don't know when Hyperion was written. Do you know?
It was written. I looked this up one time. Now I don't remember. No, I don't remember. I'll have to find that out. But anyways, wiki fandom. If you ever want to look up stuff for a book you don't understand, it's I didn't know it existed. Well, I think I did, but I didn't get on it. It's pretty cool.
If you don't want to read a book, go to wiki fandom.
Well, I don't look at everything on there because I don't want to be spoiled. I just look at like the chapters that I'm on and just read like the activities and the character synopsis and like what this word means, because they're all made up sciencey words. Sometimes I don't know.
Gotcha. Deej, have you been up to anything? Watching anything? Playing anything? I know you don't read.
We watched first 2 seasons of Ink Master on Netflix.
Weird.
It's kind of interesting.
About tattoo artists?
Mm-hmm.
Tattoo artists?
Competition to see who's the best tattoo artist. It was pretty cool. I mean, I liked it.
Huh. Interesting.
Been playing a little bit of Xbox, just random games, anything I can find. Got new glasses because I'm going blind. My prescription had updated.
That's so crazy, Deej.
What's your vision? Do you know?
It's like negative 5.25 now.
Good Lord.
So it went from like 4.75 to 5.25.
Negative 5. God.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
No.
No idea.
But it sounds really bad.
I was thinking of mine. Mine's like negative 0.75. So I don't know.
Yeah. Your glasses are more of a convenience.
Like I can. I can see without glasses.
Yeah,
but
I can't see. If I took my glasses off right now, I couldn't even see. Like, you're just a bunch of blurs on the screen.
Yeah, see, you're way worse than mine.
Well,
I can't read unless my words are out here. If I don't have my glasses on, not this far from my face.
So you're like nearsighted?
Yeah.
I see. I'm farsighted.
I've lost my hair, but not my vision.
I don't know. I think I'd rather lose my vision than my hair.
I've lost both.
Me too.
Poor Deej.
But you're skinny.
Balances
See, I'm fat.
out.
So it's like one of the three. I'm bald, but fat, but I have my vision. You've lost your hair and your vision, but you're skinny. So you get to choose one of the three. Which will you keep?
Yeah, but I have to work for the third one.
Well, that's true. You watch any movies? Any Netflix or anything? I've seen quite a few.
I was going to mention some, but I was letting everybody else.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. I don't think I watched anything new.
Go ahead, Sharde.
Well, I watched this movie called Sightless with Maddie Petch. I don't know if that's how you say her name. Anyway, she's off Riverdale. And it was so dumb. I mean, it wasn't... Okay. It wasn't bad.
Oh, yeah, it was dumb.
It was just like... I like the idea of the story of this girl. She gets attacked and like somebody sprays crap in her eyes and she's all of a sudden she's blind. So she wakes up and she's in the hospital and they tell her she's blind, whatever. She goes into this home where they help her and take care of her. This guy, nurse person. And then
I guess she falls in love with him.
Huh? Well, see, you think that, right? It's not like that. It's what I thought it was going to be like that. It turns out the guy...
What, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Turns out the guy was just obsessed with her, and she was like a violinist, and he was obsessed with her, and wanted her to be around all the time. So he made like this model home or model apartment, but it wasn't really an apartment. It was like a, it was like underground or something, and made it look like it was an apartment. So she thought she had like a neighbor, which it wasn't really a neighbor. It was like his sister pretending she was her neighbor, and it was just really...
So he captures her and tricks her into thinking that she's in a facility, but yet he's basically just captured her, right?
Yeah, and then he's like, you saved me. You saved me. And I didn't understand that. It was weird. I was like, what? So it was just like the
Super
whole
dumb.
ending. The ending was like, to me, like, oh, they couldn't figure out what to do, so they just kind of threw something together, and
It was a generic wannabe thriller.
super weird.
With cheesy acting.
I mean, they had like the jump scares of her being blind and thinking it was somebody she knew she was talking to, but it wasn't. It was somebody that was trying to kill her, all this stuff. But
Jump scares are so cheap and cliche.
Unless they're good. I watched that, and then I watched Clue with Gaby, which I've never seen Clue. I enjoyed Clue. I liked it a lot. It was funny. And it reminded me of some modern movies I've already seen, like the Knives Out. It reminded me of Knives Out for some reason. And then like Orient.
Well, there was a murder
Express.
and everybody in the house and trying to figure out who did it.
Yeah. So, but
it's a narrowing down of a collective group of people into figuring out which one's the murder. I'm going to say this about Clue. I remember it being funnier when I was younger.
Oh, really?
I don't think it aged as well as I thought it would. Because I was like watching it. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to laugh.
I remember. I think I was laughing pretty good.
I didn't really laugh. It's a fine movie. But it didn't make me laugh a whole lot.
Oh, well. I liked how clever it was. I liked the cleverity of it.
The cleverity, yes. What's the cleverity level on this one?
Well, I don't know. I guess I thought it was funny that I don't know.
Yeah, they had that like,
and like the rich guy, Mr. Bobby or Booby or whatever his
name
is. Body. He thought he was doing something, but Mr. Pretend Cop dude or undercover cop was ahead of everybody. So yeah, I like that. I like the movie. It was good, and like all the actors, a lot of them I knew. So that was pretty neat.
It was entertaining. I enjoyed it, but it just wasn't what I remembered. It did not hold up, as one would say.
Gotcha.
I feel like DJ disagrees with that.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
Well, it is Disagreeable Nerd, ain't it?
To each their own.
No, we all get along very well.
I forgot there is another movie I saw that I technically haven't finished. Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. So I'm going down y'all's 10 comedy list. So I started with Gaby's Dirty Rotten Scoundrel with Steve Martin. And so far, it reminds me of this movie that I started watching with Gaby with Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. Is that her name?
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that movie, but con artists trying to...
Speaking of reboots and reimplementations.
Oh, yeah, this one's better.
Yes, because, yeah. That one was terrible.
Way better. That Anne Hathaway one, I did not like that movie. I didn't even finish it.
Rebel Wilson has one joke, and that's it. Anne Hathaway, I like, but I don't know. That movie was bad. I can't remember the name of it, but
just kind of.
it was a Dirty Rotten Scoundrels sequel, and I think even Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is a reboot of another show, another older movie, but just con artists doing their thing.
Yeah, I actually don't like Anne Hathaway all that much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think she's kind of overrated. Her acting seems kind of meh.
Meh. Yeah. Did you watch Princess Diaries?
No.
The touchstone of all acting. Did you see Princess Diaries?
Hey, that's the only movies I like her in because I love those movies as a kid. I'll watch them again today. And also Chris Pine's in part 2, so that's kind of cool.
You didn't like her as Catwoman?
No,
oh
not really.
Oh my god, no.
Selena Kyle?
No, because she has the same kind of personality in everything she's in, which is like she's stuck up. And it follows through into real life, I think.
I don't know if it's stuck up, the word for me, that I don't know why I don't like her. I don't know. It's weird. But you clearly like her, Gobs. I like her. I'm saying I don't like her as Catwoman. That's what I was saying.
I don't really feel one way or the other about her. I think she's fine. Not
exactly.
Not fine. Not fine. Like, I think she's fine. I think she's an okay actress.
She aight. Just kidding. I feel like I'm trashing Anne Hathaway for no reason at all.
Don't trash Anne.
Just because I want to.
All right. So, now let's go on to the news. Okay, so there's a few things that have hit.
Oh my god.
Just a few.
I just realized we forgot to talk about something.
Well, we ain't got time. We're not going back.
Okay.
We're not going back. Apparently, they're going to remake 3 Men and a Baby. Anybody?
Okay, give me like 5 seconds to think about that.
Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, Ted Danson.
Okay, I've heard of this movie. Never seen it before.
This,
heard of it, though.
I don't know this person. Mo Marable has been I don't know this person, has been set to direct the planned remake of the 1980s comedy 3 Men and a Baby, which will star Zac Efron. I'm in.
Oh, I am totally in.
You got Zac Efron. I'm in.
Zac Efron is awesome. I like him.
He's cool. 3 Men and a Baby, I don't care. I really don't care about 3 Men and a Baby. It was funny in the day, but it's just a kind of a one note comedy. It's like, oh, these 3 awkward bachelors are suddenly raising a child. Ha ha ha! Look at the hijinks they get into.
Funny, I recently I forgot that me and Gina were trying to find a comedy movie to watch, and this movie popped up in like the Google search, 3 Men and a Baby, along with The Truth About Cats and Dogs.
Oh my god!
Which we watched. We ended up watching that instead. Hey, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. Second thing I got is a proper big budget movie sequel coming to Cloverfield.
Really?
Interesting.
I had not heard that. That's awesome.
I'm interested in that.
J.J. Abrams set to produce, along with Bad Robot head of film Hannah Minghella. I don't know. Writing the script is Joe Barton. Never heard of him. I don't know these people. All I know is I hate the whole found footage thing. I hate shaky cam.
Same.
Cloverfield is one of the very few I actually enjoyed because of the whole alien thing, and it actually was intense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked Cloverfield.
There's another one, The Chronicle. That was another film that I liked. And also Project Almanac. Almanac.
Oh yeah, the time travel one. That was pretty good.
I like.
That was like an MTV one or something, I think.
That one, I didn't mind the camera filming.
Yeah, Chronicle is pretty good.
I also have let's see, this is somewhat old now, but that Michael Keaton is going to be possibly the main Batman in the DC Extended Universe films. Has that been altered?
The main Batman?
That's what I'm reading, because Ben Affleck's out. Like, all they have left is Michael Keaton. Nobody wants to be in these movies.
I don't see that happen. If they have Michael Keaton being the main Batman, they're going to have to go Batman Beyond. He's too old.
They might do that.
He's too old.
He's too old to be Batman.
He is. I agree.
Ben Affleck's pretty much too old to be Batman.
So, who should be Batman?
Nobody. Let's be done with Batman.
Why?
Let's create a new character. Not create a new character. Let's just go to somebody new.
I see. So, it's funny. It's like on your wall, your poster, you see all the memes, and it's just so weird. Like, Batman has always been, and Superman's always been like a.
Let's go Black Adam and Shazam. I'm ready for that.
Shazam. I mean, I know the basics of Shazam, but I've never been like, oh my god, Shazam, so cool.
Okay, and this is is an older one. Robert Rodriguez, Sofia Vergara bringing female-led Zorro. Did we discuss that?
I don't think so.
To NBC. A reboot. Speaking of reboots.
Female-led Zorro.
Female-led Zorro to NBC.
Check out these muscles.
Why are you flexing in the video as we're having a discussion?
Are you flexing?
Actually, I was.
What's going on? I see your arm trembling, but I don't see any muscles.
There's no movement.
I just see you making a fist and your arm is trembling, but I don't see any muscles.
It's 95% fat.
All right, and I know there's a lot more moves. Welcome to Couch Talks. All right, now on. Do y'all have any news, Deej?
I have zero news.
Not really. When we got the Godzilla versus Kong trailer.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Looks
I totally
pretty
forgot about
good.
that.
Team Godzilla or Team Kong?
It's a hard one. I like both of them.
Well, this is the thing. I've seen all these memes. It's like, oh, Godzilla, diamond skin, radioactive nuclear breath. King Kong can throw his poo at you.
That's like wrong.
It seems Godzilla is literally known to be indestructible. Nothing can kill him. That's his thing.
When you asked the question, I immediately thought King Kong.
But King Kong is just a big monkey. That's all he is.
He's massive and he has feelings.
Yeah, but he's got the smarts and the tactics.
He's
well,
he's emotional.
And this is the thing. That's what I'm confused about. Like, in the last movie, Godzilla was supposed to be the savior of mankind, right? Like, he was created to save mankind.
Right.
So are we supposed to root against him now? Like, what is King Kong doing?
In the trailer, they make it seem like he's doing bad. He's attacking people or something.
So something is wrong. So either it's Mecha Godzilla, a fake, or something's wrong with him and King Kong figures it out. Like, I don't see one of them winning. Like,
oh yeah, I'm sure they're going to fight. Then they're going to work together in the end.
Because they're not going to kill off a franchise to make this movie. So they're going to fight each other, and then somebody else is going to come in.
Realize,
hey, buddy, lizards and is King Kong? Is he's an ape, right?
I mean,
apes don't have tails.
Wait,
monkeys
have
have
tails.
tails.
Wait, say that. Okay, hold on. This is getting deep.
No. Monkeys have tails. A chimpanzee is not a monkey.
Chimpanzees and gorillas are apes.
They're apes.
Baboons.
There's a big difference.
I don't know why I started thinking of Planet of the Apes for a second. I was like thinking, do they have tails? Okay, no, we're good.
None of them have tails.
That's right. I don't know why I'm thinking that.
So King Kong is an ape.
He's a big ape.
Big ape.
So I guess that is something we did in our WHYBUTS. Me and Char watched Kong Skull Island and
it's good.
Godzilla King of the Monsters just in preparation for the new movie.
I really like both.
I need to rewatch those.
I like King Skull Island. Not so crazy about Godzilla.
I just liked it for the monster fights. I don't really care about the people in it.
Was that the one with
It's kind of how
11?
I feel with those kind of
or
movies.
7, whatever her name
Billy.
is.
Her
Millie
name was
Bobby
not
Brown.
7.
9, 8.
Millie Bobby Brown.
What's her name?
11.
Is it
Stranger
11?
Things.
It's 11.
11.
L.
They call
That's
her
right.
L.
That's right.
Or L.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that one. I mean,
She's going to be in the new one though, so.
Yeah.
I think they just didn't give her a lot of character. I don't know.
No,
I think
they
her
just
dad
tossed her in
was
there
too in the
because
trailer.
she was hot, cool actress of the moment.
I mean, she's Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown. I like her, but she needs to. Yeah, she needs another role.
I definitely liked her in the new Sherlock movies, or Enola Holmes. I liked it.
Yeah, that was good.
I enjoyed that very much.
All right, to our main topic. How do we feel about, not feel, I guess you could say feel, very generically, about reboots and reimplementations? Do you like them? Are they better than the originals? Can they be better? Are you an OG person? Or do you wish, let's just come up with some original storylines? And go, Sharde.
So, sorry, this is kind of, okay, I'm ready. So, funny enough, it's, I don't know why I start with funny. Shut up, Gaby. I hate you.
You're going to find this hilarious, by the way.
Hilarious.
Prepare to laugh.
Don't tell me.
When it comes to reboots and all that, it honestly just depends on the movie. Like I can think of a movie, for example, we were just talking about Godzilla. So the one with Matthew Broderick, for example, versus the Godzilla that came out. I'm not talking about Godzilla versus the Godzilla that came out. I personally like the original. That's not even the original. I was about to say that was a reboot of the original.
Are you calling the original the original?
Sorry. No, not original. Let me say that. I like that reboot better than I like the reboot of Godzilla.
The reboot of the reboot
of the reboot
of the reboot of the reboot.
I like the Matthew Broderick version better than the version that just came out a couple years ago or a few years ago.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know why.
Or what about Kong Skull Island versus King Kong with Jack Black?
So, okay. So,
but they're two totally different movies.
I know.
So, I remember watching King Kong.
That would be
theaters.
A re-implementation, I would say.
I would say that too.
Because you're taking the character, although the original's like from the 30s, and then they made one of the, 50s, 70s,
and I haven't
80s.
seen any of those. It's so weird. Like, I haven't seen any of those. But, like, I remember, like, the black and white climbing on top of the Eiffel Tower, like, really weird, stiffly.
Mm-hmm. Or Empire State Building.
It wasn't in Paris. It wasn't the Eiffel Tower. Sorry. That's right. It wasn't in Paris. Where am I at?
It wasn't Le King Kong.
Le Kong?
Stretch.
Le Kong.
Okay. Sorry. Empire State.
It's a Le Kong.
They both...
Zutalor, Le Kong.
He's climbing the Eiffel Tower.
Now you went
I'm Italian.
You went Italian.
Why did I? Oh my God.
Now you went...
He's climbing the Eiffel Tower.
Anyways.
You went stereotypical Italian on that one.
Italian.
I would say that's a really hard one because I don't know how you feel or DJ feel, but I actually like the one with Jack Black. I mean, I enjoyed watching that. I know you say now.
It was fine back in the day, but like it was too long.
The one with Samuel L. Jackson and what's dude from Loki, whatever.
Thomas Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom, not Thomas.
I would say I like that one better than the original, even though I really enjoyed that King Kong that came out in like 2005 or whatever, what year that was.
Naomi Watts.
So
Adrian Brody, Jack Black.
Yeah.
The guy from Friday Night Lights.
It was like a little horror, like that's kind of why I liked it. The one that with Jack Black with the weird people, not weird, but the island people. I remember being like freaked out by that, but I enjoyed it. At the same time, in the graphics, I thought it was amazing as a 12-year-old. Or no, I was probably like 10.
They made like that. That was one of the earlier Xbox games too.
Yeah, the Xbox game was actually really cool.
I remember wanting to play it, never played it.
I loved that game. It was so awesome.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't have like a HUD or anything. You just, like, there was nothing on the screen to help you out. You didn't know how much ammo you had. Nothing. It was like super realistic. It was
so what
cool.
were you supposed to do? Find King Kong?
You're you're trying to look for Anne.
Oh.
Like you played Adrian Brody.
So it was a story?
And then, you played Adrian Brody's character, and then you would switch back and forth between him and King Kong.
Okay.
So you had to be Kong, like, swinging through the jungle and then, like, fighting dinosaurs and stuff.
I kind of feel
and
like
then you got to switch to Adrian Brody's character, and all you had was a gun if you could find ammo for it, or you had, like, spears You would chunk at the dinosaurs and use fire. It was cool.
Yeah.
One of the better games from that era.
I would say...
I'll say this about that movie. It's more of a spectacle movie to me.
The first
like you
one?
said, it was too long.
Not the first one, but the Jack Black
like
one?
3 hours long.
Yeah. It's because it's Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it had a lot of action, but there was a lot of padding to the story. Whereas Kong Skull Island was like all action pretty much.
Yeah.
It had just enough character development for all the humans.
I'm an action guy. It
Same.
had Captain
I'm
Marvel
an
in it
action
too.
guy. I mean, girl, a guy. I guess I'm a guy. I don't know.
You're pretty much a guy.
I think I like the padding actually in the Kong. Like I don't like it where it's constantly action.
I like constant action.
I don't know. I start freaking out. But yeah.
Was that Captain Marvel on that one? Allison Brie?
Yeah, Brie Larson.
I was wondering who you were talking about.
Allison Brie Larson. Come on, change your names. I can't keep them straight. One's in
Was that Brie Larson that was
in
in it?
Community, one is
Yes.
Captain Marvel. I can't keep you straight.
They're so different, though.
But
Yeah.
what about you guys?
I like Skull Island.
I meant like when it comes to reboots, like how do you feel about it?
Well, I was going to say, it's easy to say, and it's very subjective, which is an easy way out. But like, you go into Star Wars, and you wouldn't even call the sequels and prequels. They're re-implementations of a sort, but they're sequels and prequels. But they're taking the original storyline and remaking it for future product. I guess that's not really an apt description.
No, those aren't. I don't think those apply.
so I
Well,
need to
those
leave
are
those
like episodes, like they're continuing the story.
So you're right. You're right. I would
None of those stories have been redone.
And that's a bad comparison. All right. Well, let me go. For the
How about
most
Star
part,
Trek? If you're going to go
Star
Star
Trek.
Wars, use Star Trek.
Star Trek is
Yeah.
a good idea.
I would
Or
say
a good start.
for the most part, the newer versions, the reboots, to me, are often better.
Mm.
Star Trek is a good example. I
agree.
love Star Trek TOS. Love all implementation, the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine. I even like Voyager to a degree. Discovery, haven't seen. Enterprise, oh my God. Scott Bakula needs to stop. But the thing I never liked about I like Star Trek 4 with the whales, and I like Star Trek 6, That Discovered Country, and I like those movies simply based on the characters.
Yeah.
I love those two movies. 4 is basically a comedy. 6 is also another comedy, but it's only because I know and love the characters. Other than that, the movies were like these glorified episodes. And the original actors in those old TV shows were not action people. They couldn't make action movies. What I liked about the Star Trek reboot with J.J. Abrams was he made them legit action movies that could hold the big screen for me, with effects and the actors being able to do what they need to do to make a legit action movie, which Star Trek is mostly talk. But if you're going to make a movie, it needs to have some action in it, to me.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the new Star Trek movies, whereas the old ones I don't think I could probably sit through.
Like I said,
I have never seen any of the original Star Trek.
4 and 6 are the only two I can handle.
Is that one of those Khan?
No, Wrath of Khan is 2.
That's 2.
I can't stand that one.
Really?
I cannot stand Wrath of Khan, and it's often held as the greatest
That's
original
what
movie.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
don't
need
like
to watch it. Okay.
So the Star Trek, I would also say, along the lines of reboots being better, Battlestar Galactica, the series with
So it's not
Edward
just
James
movies, it's
Olmos
series as well.
and, what's her name? Starbuck.
Oh, God, forgot her name. Kayla. Nope, Katie.
Katie Sackhoff.
Kayla.
There you go.
Yeah, the Battlestar Galactica reboot, loads better than the cheesy 80s show.
It's like I've never even seen the 80s shows.
It was super cheesy. Super cheesy.
Yeah, same line, Lost in Space.
Yeah. The Doctor Who series, I would say.
Wow.
Even though it's a continuation, they reboot him basically every couple of seasons because the actors leave.
Yeah.
I can't watch the old ones. They're like tremendously, graphics are horrendous. They might have some nostalgic factor for some people, but I wasn't ever connected to the old ones. So it's like from Christopher Eccleston on, I like Doctor Who. So I think those are better than the originals to me. So I could go on and on. Kong Skull Island is on this list of Sci-Fi Wire greatest reboots.
What
in general, I like the reboots better.
Yeah.
Every now and then they get convoluted and screw up, but for the majority of the time, for most of the time, to me, the graphics are better. They make the story maybe a little bit better, a little more streamlined, a little bit darker.
Sometimes
perhaps
the graphics is better. Yeah. That's what I agree with. On
Special
that.
effects.
Yeah, special effects.
I feel like DJ has like a list.
I got a list of like different ones that we can go on just for examples. Really, you got like Tomb Raider. You went from Angelina Jolie to what's her name? The reboot. Not as good.
Yeah.
But the old movies weren't really good either.
No.
I was
So,
literally thinking,
do what you want with it.
I mean, I don't know if they were any of them were good.
Yeah. You got Spider-Man. You got Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You got Tom Holland. You can't really say one or the other is better.
Well, you forgot about Andrew Garfield in there.
I'm going to leave Andrew Garfield out.
See, that's a good example. What I was just thinking, though, is that there's hits and misses. And obviously, like, to me, the Tobey Maguire ones are better than Andrew Garfield ones. I hated the Andrew Garfield ones. But to me, Tom Holland ones are slightly better than the Tobey Maguire ones. Like, I just need
but
to
they're
know,
so different
why
for me, I can't compare them.
Why do y'all hate the Andrew Garfield one?
Because they were terrible.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't like the second one, but like I liked the first one.
I didn't like the way that
Like,
Peter Parker is presented at all.
Okay.
I don't like the way, like, to me, the Tom Holland Spider-Man is way better than the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had one scene in the Andrew Garfield ones where he like used a bunch of quips with the knives or whatever. And like people always went back to oh yeah, he's real quippy like Spider-Man. No, the Tom Holland one is quippy like Spider-Man. But I don't.
The Andrew Garfield quips were cringy to me.
They're bad.
I think what I liked about the Andrew Garfield one, believe it or not, was the lizard dude.
Okay.
So you're basing the Spider-Man movie on the one villain?
Yeah, I think I just like that. And then Emma Stone's in it. And I love Emma Stone. So
I like Emma
maybe
Stone
that's
too,
why I
but
liked it so much.
No, to me, it's like.
I
But I
can't base my opinion of a Spider-Man movie on Gwen Stacy.
Well,
the reboot of the reboot is the one I like. So it's like,
I guess
just hit and
it's
miss.
a guilty pleasure. It follows in that guilty pleasure for me. Like, it's not at all like better than Tobey Maguire. I like Tobey Maguire better than that one, obviously. But then, I don't know. It's weird.
Spider-Man 2 is the greatest Spider-Man movie.
Which one?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah, it is.
With Dr.
Yeah,
Octopus.
I have to agree with that.
It is the best, and I don't think it can be beat.
Like, part 2 is one of my favorite ones with Tobey in it. So.
But then you have some reboots like X-Men.
Oh, my God.
I don't like any of the reboots. Give me X-Men, X-Men 2. Last Stand was atrocious.
Yeah.
X-Men First Class.
X-Men 2 was the best X-Men movie.
Yeah, X-Men First.
Yeah.
I have found, to me, I find the number 2s to often be the superior movie of a lot of series, trilogies, whatever.
Yeah.
But
X-Men, one, they're trying to figure out what they're doing. The second one, they've got it figured out. They do great. The third one, they're just trying to make something else. And they're just
trying to make some more money. X-Men First Class was fine, but everything after that is garbage.
Did you guys like Wolverine?
The Wolverine movies,
I haven't even seen the new one.
Good, except for Origins.
I was about to say Wolverine Origins
was terrible.
The one where he was in Japan was pretty good. Then the one where he dies is like considered one of the greater comic book movies of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess I need to rewatch some of these because when I started watching X-Men, I was probably like, I don't know, like 15, and I thought they were all cool. So it was like, to me, I didn't have like this heavy, I liked all of them. Like, I loved all of them.
They're cool for the simple fact that they're X-Men.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm enjoying this because it's something I like, but at the same time, film-wise, I can't say they're great.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
You got Fantastic Four.
Oh, wow.
Both sets
None of those are
terrible.
good.
Wait. I ain't gonna lie. I like the one with Chris Evans. I like that one. I like part 2 better, actually, with the silver dude.
Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that one is my favorite one out of that series. Not saying it's good. I'm just saying that that's the only one I actually liked.
Yeah. I'm just trying to go through some of these on the list because I got a few of them.
Okay.
We got Batman. Every reboot of Batman.
Sorry, that was loud.
I think after Michael Keaton, I don't really care for Val Kilmer's Batman. I don't care for George Clooney's Batman.
Which one do you care for?
Christian Bale.
I agree with you. It's so weird. I had the VHS tape and watched it, and then I watched Dark Knight, and I like those better. It's weird.
Again, the second movie. One of the greatest movies ever made. Superman. Gaby does not like the reboot.
You give me Christopher Reeve any day.
Right. But then you go 3 and 4. Superman 3 and Superman 4. Terrible movies, but...
It's been a long time since I've seen the original Superman, but I'm pretty sure I like the original.
Yeah. And they're so different. So very different.
Yeah. It's more lighthearted, I feel like. See, Superman, the originals.
Then you got James Bond.
No, well, you guys go for that.
That just comes down to individual actor who you like.
Well, I think quality of film too. I mean, I would take what's the new guy's name?
Daniel Craig.
I would take his films, even if it wasn't Daniel Craig, over Pierce Brosnan's films.
Oh,
those
God, yes.
cheesy.
Pierce Brosnan was 80s and 90s cheese. But in the time, I enjoyed them. I think a lot of it has to do with time passed by and looking back. Some of them just don't hold up. But when I was growing up, I mean, I would say Pierce Brosnan was the guy when I was growing up. Maybe Timothy Dalton slightly in his too. But what I was thinking of, and as far as not just reboots, but re-implementations or even like weird sequels. But I was thinking of Cobra Kai. So like Cobra Kai is this Netflix YouTube series that decided to cobble back up the Karate Kid storyline and continue it on 20 or 30 years later. And it's doing very well. It knows what it is. It's a good show. Me and Sharde love it. Mm-hmm. It's gotten overwhelmingly positive reviews because it does know what it is. And what it was some 80s cheese with the Karate Kid. There's some some movies that have tried that. Like I think about Zoolander. They tried to kick it back up 20 years later. It didn't work. I haven't seen it, but it didn't work. It bombed tremendously, had horrible, ratings. The Dumb and Dumber, the actual Dumb and Dumber sequel. I love Dumb and Dumber, the original, but then the sequel, Jim Carrey and them tried to do another one last year or 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
T-O-O.
I'd never seen that one either, but they said it was terrible. Terrible. So sometimes it's like they try to kick these back up. They try to reboot it, so to speak, with a sequel 30 years later. It's just not going to work because the time has passed. Your time has passed. But for some of them, like Cobra Kai, the way they handled it was very smooth and very good. One I'm concerned about coming up soon is Rush Hour. They keep talking about making a Rush Hour.
God.
Yeah.
Don't destroy it.
I love Rush Hour 1. I love Rush Hour 2. Rush Hour 3 is pretty bad. But I don't know what they're going to do who's the guy? Not Jackie Chan, but
You talking about Chris Tucker?
Chris Tucker, he might need some more money. He doesn't make movies other than
Who
Rush
knows
Hour
what he
movies.
does?
I don't know what he does.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, you stand up.
But there's a lot of movies you hear about. They've been in talks for a sequel decades later, and it's like you've missed your boat. You should have done it before now. But I would say in that line of things, as far as like a sequel decades later, which to me is you're rebooting it in the sense that, okay, we're getting this started again. Cobra Kai is a good example. Dumb and Dumber, Zoolander were bad examples. So it's just hit and miss. It's completely hit and miss. But unless they reboot the story in the regards of the origin of something, like Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I'll take that any day over the OGs.
Oh, yeah.
The 60s versions with Charlton Heston. Like,
wait, what about the 90s version with Matt? What was
Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
No, thank you.
No,
I remember
that was like
those.
2000.
I remember liking them as a kid.
I think I watched that movie one
It was just
time
one.
ever. And it was...
I watched it all the time as a kid.
It was horrendous.
I never thought that when I watched it.
The ending was horrendous.
I actually thought it was super weird how, like, human the apes looked.
Yeah.
But I remember liking it. Anyways,
Creepy even?
there was a few... DJ, you still have some on your list? I had a...
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. There's just some other ones that I figured we'd throw in there as we remembered them.
Oh, well, I just remembered a couple as y'all were talking, and I was just thinking of Men in Black and how, like, they did the International with Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
terrible.
I couldn't get into it.
Terrible.
Like,
Awful.
the originals.
I didn't even watch it.
I don't even think I finished it. I watched it, but didn't finish it. So it's just, I don't know. It wasn't good.
Or what about, what do you think
leave those alone.
What do you think of the Disney remakes of all the cartoons, like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin?
So
haven't watched any of them.
I personally like it that they're bringing them to life.
So you like that? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
The only one I watched was Lion King, and it was inferior.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
wait. That's the only one I didn't like.
That was bad.
That's the only one I didn't like.
I haven't watched any of the other live action
Like
ones.
Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Mulan. Those are all were fine. Like, I didn't think they were...
Cinderella. I like Cinderella.
Oh, I forgot about Cinderella. Yeah.
So, really...
I like that one?
It just comes down to the creative teams behind it. So, there is no, they're all good or they're all bad. It's just like, you have to take each one on a per-case basis. The Mummy.
Right.
Oh my God.
The Mummy was a remake.
I like the originals.
No, what are you calling the originals?
Okay, wait.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
She means the Brendan Fraser one.
Yeah.
So, Brendan Fraser was a remake of a 1932 movie.
Okay, well, I've seen...
But if you're talking about the Tom Cruise movies, that is like... knowingly, and everybody says like, no, these were horrific. That was a horrific remake. They're trying to create a whole universe around Tom Cruise's Mummy, and then they like shut down the universe because the movie bombed so badly.
When I watched the trailer, it just didn't seem. It just seemed. I don't know. It just didn't seem interesting. Just kind of they were trying real hard. Versus the one with what's his name in it, the other dude,
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, they were just so fun.
Yeah, they were more adventurous, like, to me.
And then, of course, if you go into the horror genre, which none of us are really into, they remake movies all the time, just nonstop. And
yeah, like It.
It.
I'll be honest, I saw that when I was a kid and scared the crap out of me. But
I don't do any horror hardly.
Yeah, I've never seen any of them after that.
It depends on what kind of horror it is, but I like it. I don't get scared really, so I enjoy them.
It just depends on what it is, yeah. Like The Quiet Place, for example, is considered horror. I don't know. It's not really horror to me personally, but
I like that. I consider that sci-fi horror, which is okay.
I consider it a thriller, not really horror.
Yeah, like horror. I don't know. It's not that.
I Am Legend was a remake of 1971 Charlton Heston movie, The Omega Man.
Did not know that.
I will take I Am Legend over The Omega Man any day.
Wasn't I Am Legend a book?
Yeah,
How did they make
is
a movie
book. That's why I was like,
The Omega Man?
Weird.
Well, the book was from 1954.
So they
Right.
based...
Charlton Heston made a movie. Oh, wait. No,
So
wait.
was this really a reboot
My bad.
then, or was it just...
The story had been remade twice before. In 1964, Last Man on Earth. Then 1971, Omega Man. Then I Am Legend.
Omega Man sounds like a freaking superhero or something.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
Get the Omega sign on his forehead or
And
something.
I liked I Am Legend. I know it gets a lot of flack for the ending.
I don't understand
I enjoyed
the
it.
flack. I I remember
it was too
loving it.
convenient, sewed up, blah, blah, blah. Like,
People think too much.
they do. You can't
Doing
just
too
enjoy a
much.
show. But I mean, but again, I would say in general, to me, the reboots are better. Because especially if the original was like from the 60s, I'm not going to relate to the original.
I guess in a way, I like the new reboots too, just because sometimes I've never seen the 60s and 70s and didn't even realize it was rebooted from, so it's like, oh, well, but I guess the new ones, I'd say I'm in for that.
Okay, you say that. What would you think about the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh.
Over Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, if you like the reboots better.
I like the music better in the originals. I'd say that for sure.
Never seen the originals.
Oh, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
You never seen Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory with...
Pure Imagination's a very popular one. That's really weird that you haven't seen that.
I know who you're talking about. Guy with the curly hair.
Gene Wilder?
Gene Wilder,
Gene Wilder. He actually died
Jeez, I couldn't think
just
of
a
his name.
few couple years ago.
Yeah. Come with me.
It's just prettier.
See
The music's much prettier, I think.
The world of my imagination. Is that Charlie? Is that Willy Wonka?
Yes, dummy.
I know that from TikTok. That's the only way I know
Wow, that is sad.
I
That's
didn't know
so
that was a
sad
song.
that you just. Oh my god. You know what just happened just now is that you always make fun of me for not knowing older stuff sometimes, and you don't know this.
That's going to do it for this show. I'm just joking.
I just feel like it's okay, Gobs. It's fine that you
It
don't
is
know
fine.
it.
Thank you.
So you should remember that in the future. For me.
I was going to say something along the lines of, I think a lot of this, like how you feel about a reboot or a reimplementation of something, would have to do with your connection to the original or nostalgia. Like if they tried right now to remake, or even if they did, like just like Solo, the Han Solo story.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't mind that one, so it's not a bad example. It's not the best example. But it's like, to me, nobody's ever going to compare it to Harrison Ford in the originals. Or let's say they try to make another, and they're trying to make more Indiana Jones movies, God forbid. I don't know why.
Also a video game.
What?
Indiana Jones. Bethesda is making a video game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, like, if they were to reboot something or make a new version of something that's like some of my... Like, let's just say they redid Fast and the Furious with a brand new cast.
Mm.
To me, it wouldn't work because I'm very connected nostalgically to the cast that I'm familiar with.
Yeah, you'd have to wait some years before you could do that.
So I guess that might be a thing. So like people that are fans of an original storyline, like if you grew up in a certain period, or that's why I like James Bond. Like my mom was a big Sean Connery fan. Well, that was the James Bond that she was there when that originally aired. Then some people love Roger Moore. That was their James, or even Doctor Who. Like, who was the first Doctor Who? The first Doctor. Doctor Who's not his name. That's the whole thing. Don't get me started. But who was the first Doctor that you became familiar with?
It's
probably whoever aired at the time of you starting to watch it. So just like anything, lots of kids love the prequels to Star Wars because that was the Star Wars when they were children, and that was on TV and the Clone Wars and all this stuff. So they're crazy about that Star Wars. The older generation can't stand that Star Wars because we're all about Han Solo and Luke, but the new ones like Obi-Wan and Anakin. And it shocks me when I see people like do these rando, Twitter or whatever polls, and there's like, how many of you like the prequels? And it always hurts my feelings when I see a large vote for the prequels. I'm like, oh my God, they're terrible. But the people voting for them grew up with the prequels. That was their Star Wars at the time.
But you get...
I mean, I did, but I like the old ones better.
But yeah, if you get people like me who watch all of them all at once in 2 days, yes, I did that. And then do lots of researching, Googling, and reading on all the characters and just kind of getting obsessed with it for like a long time, And then like you get obsessed with the characters, the OG characters, but I also got obsessed with the new characters. But like for some reason, these old characters stuck more to me.
Yeah.
So I like,
they were better written.
I like that better, but I also like the prequels too.
This was before George lost his touch.
But yes, but I've rewatched all of the originals. I have never rewatched the prequels, so I can say that.
So real quick, just for me, rank the originals, the prequels, and the sequels. Not all of them, but I mean as a grouping. The originals as one, the prequels as one, the sequels as one. Would you rank them originals?
So rank each era?
Yeah. So for me, it would be originals, the sequels, the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
I think that's probably...
That's pretty much right.
But there's a group of people that would rank them originals, prequels, sequels. And then I would venture to say there's some that would go prequels, originals, sequels. Because some people hate the sequels. Like absolutely despise them. I don't get it. But all right, so that's been our discussion for this week. Our WHYBUTS, some news, and how we feel about reboots / reimplementations of shows, movies we care about. I'm your host, Gaby. Thanks for joining. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done this. I don't know how to end it.
Yeah, you don't.
Okay,
You're
fine.
Sucking at it
Go.
bad.
I'm Gaby.
I am Sharde.
This is Deej.
Later, dudes.